Right. Now, what about your latest project? You could talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I'm gonna give a breakdown on everything going on. Cause right now we in October. Like I said, my birthday was last week. We are now in the midst of the October takeover. So I released two singles and I released the EP. The first single I released was on October 1st. It was called Flow at Will. Now that's produced by my homie Make a Meal Will. He's also from Warrensville, the first producer I ever link with to do like solo songs. So I told you about the group Mach 3, but when I started doing solo songs, Will was the first dude to give me some beats. And he used to sit at the lunch table with me while I was battling, destroying dudes. One time I battled, hey, I gotta tell you this story. We had a challenge. There's like, you can't rap for 10 straight minutes. I'm like,
Mm.
look, I come to the lunch table. I'm like, hold my lunch. I ain't even getting lunch yet. They dropped. We didn't have. I don't think we had beats. They just kept playing. Dude was breaking pins. Somebody else had to come in, but I rapped for 10 straight minutes. When I got done, my homie Ledbetter, what's up to Ledbetter? He worked in the cafeteria. He brought back two Fruitopias for me for free. He's like, "Oh, you earned these, bro. You earned these." So that's how far back I go with Willville. I call him Willville, but he go by Make a Meal Will. So the song called "Flow at Will" is me shouting out him because it's the first time we done something in a while. So when you hear that, that's what that's
Hmm.
about. Then I got another single called "Tell 'Em Again." Shout out to Be Ready. Be Ready from the Beat Factory. Be Ready is scratching on there, and he made that beat. That song is crazy to me. That's like my tribute to the culture, my tribute to hip hop. Like, tell them again. In case they didn't hear the first time, tell them again what this is about. So those are the singles that are going to be pushed separate. Now the project art. If you notice, I got a lot of acronyms. So I'm gonna go back to the name Drastic, right? At first it was just Drastic. It didn't mean nothing. Then I started my imprint. My imprint is called A Win. A win stands for all we have is now. And basically, what that means is you can't be focused so much on what happened in the past, and you can have an idea of what's going on in the future, but you got to deal in the present. You can have your vision board and all of that, but you ain't even getting to step two on the vision board if you don't handle step one. So that's what my A win imprint is about. All we have is now. So when I changed up my acronym for drastic, it stands for daily repping A win, setting trends in Cleveland. So I'm daily repping the A-Win mind state, but I'm based in CLE, so I'm setting trends in the city I'm from. I can go anywhere with this, but I'm setting trends here. So that's that. So I do a lot of acronyms. So ART is the latest project, and that acronym stands for Always Recognize Talent. Always Recognize Talent. Now, what I mean by that is just I don't care what level of life you in with music. If you got a record deal, if you blew up, if you only got 5 fans, you got to recognize talent, and that's not just for hip hop. That's any genre. So what I did when I first started doing the project, I was spazzing on some tracks by myself, but then I started reaching out to people. So remember how I told you about my first group with my homies from the West Side?
Yeah.
So first track on there, Particular, that's Jack Burton. That's the dude I used to be on the phone with all the time, freestyling with. Then I got
You
another
wrote it
feature
all
on there.
around.
Man, when I tell you I'm so proud of this project that we pulled this off, dude, because this is how I saw the hip hop scene when I hit the scene. So then I got a song called Fam, and I spell it with 3 A's because that's another acronym. 40 acres and a mule. 40 acres and a mule. We supposed to get our 40 acres and a mule. It never happened. They passed out the stimuluses before they gave us ours. So that's what that's about. And that's got Vic Vegas on it. Now, for those who know the real Cleveland hip hop scene, Vic Vegas hit the scene in a major way. When I first got on the scene, Vic Vegas was already killing it, and he produces. So shout out to Vic Vegas. Y'all check him out, 40 hours in a paycheck. And then the last features I got on the last song is Radius. He was also in the first group I was in. And then my dude, Honesty Blade, who was also a dope MC that I met on the scene that used to battle and all of that. So anybody who knows that side of our city, when you hear this project, it's just like, man, they all on here. So that's really what that's about, just always recognizing talent.
All right. Let them know one more time where they can find you at. On Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp,
Let's
or
do it.
YouTube.
Let's do it all. Let's do it all. Drastic.bandcamp.com. That's the music. Twitter at Drastic216. Hold on, let me go. Boom. at Drastic216. That's the Twitter. The IG is also Drastic216. It's just an underscore. And then I don't know why I was a genius at the time for YouTube, but I just put Cleveland's Hope, which was also the name of my first mixtape. So when I first hit the scene, it was called Drastic is Cleveland's Hope. So I kept running with that moniker. But Cleveland's Hope is the YouTube. But honestly, if you put in Drastic and Cleveland, something should come up. I got so much music, man. Anybody that's just now getting hip to me, which is probably a lot of people, you're going to love something from me. There's no way you can check my discography out and not fall in love with at least one record. And that's my goal with this. Like, if you like one thing from me, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get you hip to all the other stuff over time. But all it takes is one song, really one verse these days.